Welcome back to CA Sri Lanka webinar series. So this is the continuation of what? Control account chapter. There we have discussed already accounting for discounts in detail and how do we deal with control accounts, right? Why do we require control accounts? Now in this session I'm planning to discuss control accounts in detail. How do we account control? How do you prepare financial statement from control accounts? What's the purpose of control accounts? So what is there in your general ledger or trial balance, right? Why are we not considering other things to your trial balance, right? Because all individual accounts, when I say other accounts, all individual accounts you will not consider for trial balance, right? All these things will be discussed. That's the content of this session, right? Fine. Supply statements. Why the reason is to select this topic. Anyway, this is there in your syllabus. That's why I have selected. But what is the specific reason to discuss this? So I believe examiner can set up nice MCQ question from this area. Supply statement, right? The reason is the logic behind this, right? Discussion or the logic behind selecting supply statement to this session is finally we are going to prepare supply reconciliation. That's the logic, that's the reason to select this. Always I should explain first why I am selecting these topics to this webinar series. No, that's the logic or that's the reason to select supplier statement. Examiner can set up nice questions. Finally, examiner will ask to prepare supply reconciliation and derive balance as per supply statement or balance as per accounts payable. So when you heard supply statement, this is not the first statement you are talking about. But the first statement you have heard? Bank statements. By using bank statement, what are you going to do? What did you do? You prepared bank reconciliation. So why do we require supply statements? Again, to prepare supply reconciliation. Right? Same thing. What you did in bank reconciliation, you will apply here when you prepare supply reconciliations. So those who are expert in bank reconciliation, supply reconciliation is not a big deal. To prepare bank reconciliation, what do you want? Bank statement and bank balance in your general ledger. Here also you required supply statement and accounts payable ledger. Accounts payable ledger. Right? So in bank reconciliation you compare bank statement versus general cash book, bank book. Here accounts payable book you check with supplier statement. So bank statement you receive from banker, supply statement you receive from whom? Supplier. Same thing. What is there, what is not there? You cross check and prepare reconciliation. This is really important because big business, basically, those who have a significant supply base, basically manufacturers or retailers who has significant or large number of or large supply base, you ask them to send the outstanding statement at the end of each month and you will reconcile what is there in accounts payable, what is there in your supply statement, right? In short, this is supply statement. Right? And this is your accounts payable, AP. You reconcile these two, which is called supplier reconciliation. Supplier reconciliation. Right? Think same logic, no, in bank reconciliation also. In bank reconciliation, the bank statement you reconcile with bank book. Right? Final output was what? Bank reconciliation. That's why I said those who are expert in bank reconciliation will prepare supply statement, supply reconciliation quickly. Right? Fine. Bank statements you have seen, but supply statement you have never seen. Look at this. From Pickett Company, the address is there, Western Industries East, Colombo, and they have included their debit and credit balances in the statement. Metin, the date of the transaction, the detail of each and every purchase transaction, and whether it's debit or credit, they will mention and send you. Basically, they are sending their accounts receivable ledger. So this is payable from our end. This is supply statement to us. For supply, it's a sale. So what is there in his accounting system as receivable, at the end of month end they are sending us. Balance brought forward, invoice numbers, and cash payments, all these things they will include there. A lot of transaction you can see. Keep this transaction in your mind. Right? Or take down this into your book. Supply statement. This is our ledger account, purchase ledger. This is our supply statement that we received from supply. This is our payable balance in our general ledger, purchase ledger. So there are few steps when you do what? When you reconcile, when you prepare what? Supplier reconciliations. Right? Supplier reconciliation. Now I am going to explain, now I am going to prepare supplier OS reconciliation. Right? Supplier OS reconciliation, which means OS versus AP reconciliation. I am going to prepare. Right? OS versus AP reconciliation I am going to prepare by using this supply statement as well as by using purchase ledger. Right? एक bank reconciliation एक वगैरह में बालों में prepare कर लो. Right? Step number 1. Step. Right? What supplier should do first? Sorry, what you need to do first? Identify matching items. Matching items. Right? Identify matching items. Now you can see there are few transactions in this general ledger as well as in supply statement. If you look at these tick marks, 129.4, that particular invoice is recorded in both sources. Mark it as available. Done. So then you have 149 invoice. So I will mark those. Right? You can find amounts. I will write amounts. 129.4 available. 129.4. Then 22.72 also available. 22.7 also, 72 also available. Identify matching invoices, matching items. Done. Then 412, which is a payment. Payment also they are in the both account. To 412.17, that is also available. 394.95, that is also available. Another invoice. 394.95. 394.95. 64.4. What it is? Credit note. 64.4. එකක් තියෙනවා. 64.4. Yeah, that is also available. Then there's invoice number 392.78 which is not there in our purchase ledger. That should be considered for reconciliation because it's not matching. A credit note of 107, both sources reflect that amount, 107.64, 107.64, right? That amount is available. So those are the matching items. How many matching items? 6 matching items are there. So these 6 items, right? Items are matching. ඉස්සලා මේක මාක් කරගත්තා. Then identify unmatching items. Right. What is not matching? 392 invoice. 392 invoice 7.78. This is there in supply statement, but not there in our general ledger. General ledger එකේ නෑ. Purchase ledger එකේ නෑ. ඒ වගේම payment you made. You have made a payment 117.77. ඒකත් නෑ. 117.77 මේකත් නෑ. These two are not available. Right? දෙපැත්තින් නෑ දෙක. Right. Thereafter opening balance how much? 492 opening balance. Balance brought forward from previous statement 492. ඒක කොහොමද ආවේ? අපි ledger එකේ first 4 items ගන්න 350. Matching opening balance. This should be number 1 actually, right? Opening balance how much? 492. 492. 492.22. Right? Opening balance. අපේ ledger එකේ කොහොමද match වෙන්නේ? Opening balance දැන් අපි මේ කතා කරන්න මොන මාසෙද? ජූන් month එකේ. Right. Match වෙච්ච නැති opening balance එක එකතු කරලා බලන්න 350. කොහොමද එකතු කර ගන්න ඕනේ? 350.70 61.47 80.05. Right. මේක එකතු කරලා බැලුවොත් බලන්න 492 වලට ටැලි වෙනවද කියලා? ඒක තමයි opening balance එක. 350.7 plus 61.47 because those are old balances and 80.05 අන්න ටැලි වෙනවා. Right? 492 opening balance at ටැලි කරගත්තා. Then finally prepare reconciliation. Prepare fourth step. Supplier reconciliation. Supplier reconciliation. Prepare supplier reconciliation. Now how do you prepare? Balance as per supply statement. Either way you can do it, right? Balance as per supplier OS. Outstanding statement. How much? According to given information 847.86. 847.86. Right? This is the balance in supply statement, outstanding statement. So these are matching items. No need to consider for reconciliation, not required. Matching? Opening balance also match, not required. So you only consider non-matching items. So 392, මොකක්ද ඒ කියන්නේ? 392 there's an invoice which is not there in your general ledger. supplier ගේ balance එක වැඩි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Supplier's outstanding balance has increased by this amount invoice from this invoice. So then මේක වැඩි වෙච්ච balance එකක් තියෙන, right? So supplier amount has increased outstanding balance because of this invoice, because this invoice is not there in our general ledger. අපිට ඕනේ general ledger balance එක නේ. Supply ledger balance, purchase ledger balance. මෙන්න මේක තමයි අපිට උත්තරේ ඕනේ. How much? 337.31. මේකනේ අපි ගන්නන්නේ. එහෙනම් මේක වැඩි වෙලා 847. This has increased by this amount. එහෙනම් අපි ඒක අඩු කරන්න ඕන. අපි අපේ එකේ නෑනේ. අපේ එක නැත්තම් මේකෙන් අයින් කරන්න. Bank reconciliation වගේ තමයි. Invoice not in purchase, not in purchase ledger. 392.78 deduct. මේක මොකද්ද මේ 117? 117 amount you have paid but not in supply statement. Since that payment is not reflected in your outstanding statement, supply outstanding statement, මේක වැඩි වෙලා තියෙන. ඒකත් අඩු කරන්න. payment අත අඩු කරන්න. payment 117.77. මේක අඩු කරන්න. දැන් බලන්න ඔයගේ උත්තරේ ටැලි වෙනවද කියලා. These are the only two mismatch items, no? 847.86 minus 392.78 minus 117.77. 337.31. So, examiner can test, identify sum of not matching items. Or examiner will not give this cross imbalance and ask you to figure out it by giving this, right? So likewise, examiner can set up nice question from this area. Small topic but important. Why I am saying important? Normally companies follow these 4 steps before they make the payments. So this will be identified as what? Disputes. Whatever the not matching items you identify as dispute. Dispute. So this should be resolved. This should be resolved together. You have to explain, look here, this will be paid in future, this is because of timing issue. This will mostly happen due to timing issue. You have make the payment but not reflected in supply outstanding statement because of timing issue. Right, fine. So then disputes will be created. Those disputes should have been resolved. Right, fine. Done. Look at next one. These are the reasons for reconciled item. Reason for reconciling items. Payment in transit. You have made the payment but in transit mode. Still not paid. Right? Paid vela naha. Timing difference akinda. Status timing. Omitted invoice and credit note. Omitted. Sometimes here, if you look at this invoice, completely omitted from your purchase ledger. Or sometimes you will omit some invoices from supply outstanding statement. Either from supply outstanding statement or general ledger, some items will be missed, which is called omit. So it's due to what? Error or omission or timing difference. So then other errors, what kind of errors? Calculation errors, partially if statement of account is prepared manually, you have definitely practically when you prepare statement manually there can be errors, and credit note or payment amount can be misposted. So those are the reasons to have difference between these two, right? So මේ reasons තුනත් ඔළුවේ තියාගන්න, reason එකක් නොවන්නේ reason එකක් වන්නේ කියලා MCQ questions එක අහන්න possibility එකක් තියෙනවා. Keep that in your mind. Right? Done. So supply statement, small question I did for you to give some understanding, right? Because this is possible, right? That's why. Now look at control account in detail. So basically what we have discussed so far about control accounts, there are two types of main control accounts. What are they? Accounts payable control account, another one is accounts receivable control account. So at the very beginning of previous session, I told you control account means control accounts you will use to record total of individual items. අද දවසේ sales book එකේ තියෙන total transaction will pass to what? Control accounts. You will not record individual items. Take the sum of similar nature. Now transaction nature should be similar. Similar nature, total of those items, take at the end of the day or weekly and transfer to control account. I am not repeating that same again and again, right? Fine. Accounting for control accounts. We'll work out few examples for control accounts, so then you will easily understand. Accounts receivable first. We'll take this example and do it which is relating to accounts receivable. Let me erase this first. Till that you can read. Right. At 1st July 2012 or whatever the year, Outer Business Company OBC had no trade receivable. Had no trade receivable. Right? They didn't have trade receivable. During July, the following transaction affecting credit sale and customer sale and customer occurred. 3rd July, invoiced A Chandrasekhara for the sale on credit hardware goods 100,000. July 11th, invoice B Madugalla for sale on credit electrical items 150,000. July 15th, invoice C Kure credit sale again hardware goods 250,000. July 10th, we have received a payment from Chandrasekhara 90,000, but the invoice value was how much? 100,000. Why they have paid less? Settlement in his debt in full, having taken permitted discounts of 10,000 for the payment within 7 days. They have paid within agreed time period. Early settlement, right? So they have taken what? Cash or settlement discount. Settlement discount. Settlement discount they have enjoyed. Who? Chandrasena, right? Outer Business Company has expected Chandrasena to be taken the discount. They have expectation of, right, they will take the discount. So then, how do you record that as invoice? Right? How do you record that invoice? July 18th, you have received a payment from Madugalla 80,000, right? In part, settlement of his debt, no discount applied, partly payment. July 28th, received a payment of 120,000 from Kure, who was unable to claim any discount. So basically, Madugalla and Kure, they have not taken any discount, whereas Chandrasena has taken the discount. First, how do you record this transaction in sales day book? Day book. අපි ඒක බලමු ඉස්සරලා. Control account අපි මේ කතා කරන්නේ. Sales day book. What is the format? You have a date, right, invoice number and customer, amount, and what is the sale type? Hardware and electrical. Hardware and electrical. I'll use these two letters, right? Fine. Date 3rd July. Invoice numbers they have not given. Invoice A. Invoice A. අපි A කියලා දාමු A. Customer Chandrasena. Chandrasena. Invoice A Chandrasena. Right? Amount how much? 100,000. Amount 100,000. Oh, wait. 100,000. Are we recording 100,000 in sales day book? No. Why? July 10th, you have received 90,000, right? 90,000. Why? They have paid within agreed, they have paid in advance, pay early, right? Pay early, 7 days. So the outer company has expectation that Chandrasekhan will pay accordingly. අපි හිතුවා චන්ද්‍රසේන ඉස්සලා කලින් ගෙවයි කියලා. ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එක එක්සයිස් කරයි කියලා. එහෙනම් ඉතින් ඇයි 100,000 වලට දාන්නේ? අපි දාන්න ඕන කොහමද? Invoice at full value but record at discounted value. අපි හිතුවා චන්ද්‍රසේනකයි කියලා. 90. අපි ගමු 90,000. Hardware. අපි record කරන්නේ discount. අපි discount එක right? Discount එක ගයි කියලා අපි හිතනවානේ. Expectation is there. හරි එයා ගත්තර ගමන්නේ අපි දාන්න 90,000. July 11th B මඩුගල්ල no right මඩුගල්ල sell how much 150,000 150,000 right electrical item 150,000 electrical item. July 15th Kure 250,000 and partly settled 120,000. They have not both A and B not subject to invoice discounts 250,000. What is that sale? Again hardware item 250. So this is what my sales day book, right? Sales day book. What is the total amount? 90,000 plus 150,000 plus 250,000. Sorry. 490,000. $340 hardware sale and electrical sale 150,000. 150,000, right? So these are personal accounts. What you need to what you should understand? These are personal accounts. These are personal accounts. These are personal accounts and will not consider for trial balance. Therefore, we consider it memorandum accounts. These are memorandum accounts, right? Memorandum accounts. Now, how do we post this transaction where in our general ledger, right? So, our total value how much? Total value 490. How do we record this in our general ledger, right? 490. You transfer this to debtors control account. control account මෙන්න මේක transfer to debtor control account debit debtor 490 sale 490 sale, right? So then this will be updated, right? මේක අපි මේ transaction එක දානවා අපි control account එකට. How frequently? Maybe daily, weekly or monthly. හැමදාම මේක daily or weekly or monthly, that you can decide. But you will not consider each and every transaction in debtors control account, debtor account. So this is then memorandum account will not be there in, not in trial balance. Make a trial balance again, right? Not in the trial balance. Now we have cash book. Then cash හම්බෙනවනේ, cash book එක බලන්න. Sorry. Cash book. How do you prepare cash book? Right? When you prepare cash book, again you have a date, right? Date, invoice number, customer, amount, right? Amount, right? Amount. සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ කවද්ද? 10th July. Man quickly hadana 10th July from A, customer Chandrasena, right? Amount, how much you will receive? 90. You will receive 90. And 18th July, tag hadana B, අපිට හම්බෙනවා කාගෙන්ද? මඩුගල්ලගෙන්. මඩුගල්ලගෙන් කීයද හම්බෙන්නේ? අපි විකුණුවට 150,000 අපිට යා ගෙවන්නේ 80,000. 80,000. අපිට යා ගෙවන්නේ 80,000. Right? And C 28th. Sri Kure. मैं आप इटे settle करने partly. We sold 250, but he is going to pay 120. How much? How much? 90 plus 80 plus 120. 290. 290. ඔන්න cash book එකත් ඇදුවා. Then debtor ගේ double entry මොකද්ද? Debtor debit control account credit sales. Sales. How much? Hardware 90. 90,000. Sorry. Hardware 340,000. Electrical item 150. 150. Many double entry control account. These are nominal account, nominal ledger. In one, let's say in two. Right? These are memorandum accounts. In අකුරෙන් පටන් ගන්න තමයි trial balance එකේ තියෙන්නේ. Cash book එකේ. So this is cash received. Cash book එකේ. So then cash book. This is also nominal. Let's say N3. අපිට ඕන කෝඩ් දාගන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම, right? N3. Debit cash accounts receivable how much? Total amount. Cash book එකෙත් මේ individual දානවා. මේක තමයි දාන්නේ. 290. Cash book එකේ credit where? Credit where accounts receivable. Cash 290. මේක තමයි trial balance එකේ තියෙන. අපි දැන් TB එකක් හැදුවොත් trial balance ටක් ගාලා quickly trial balance එකක් ගන්න. trial balance එක කොහොමද එන්නේ? TB sales තියෙනවා, accounts receivable තියෙනවා, cash තියෙනවා. Cash how much? 290. මෙහෙමනේ trial balance එක නේ. Debit, credit. Sales 540, sorry 590, 490. 490. AR 490 minus 290. 200, right? 200. cash 290. I'm in 490. Tally. 490 tally. So what you need to understand when you prepare control account, day book එකෙන් හරි cash book එකෙන් හරි නෙමෙයි අපිට යන්නේ, day book එකෙන් නෙමෙයි double entry pass වෙන්නේ, day book එකේ අවසානයේ daily or weekly monthly control account එකට මාරු කරන්න, control account එකෙන් තමයි අපි trial balance එක හදන්නේ. Sales day book කියලා sale එකේ තියෙනවා මේ individual අරන් යන්නේ. So you may have two chart of accounts for this, that's different story, but this is how do you prepare your accounts. Right? Fine. Done. Now, contra entries. What do you mean by contra entries? It's like this. From same person, control accounts අපි උදාහරණයක් තව කතා කරනවා. Don't worry. Right? From same person, we may purchase goods and we may purchase and sale transaction. Both will be will be taken place with same customer. අපි sale එකයි purchase එකයි දෙකම එකම customer කෙනෙක්ගෙන් වෙනවා නම් අන්න ඒ වෙලාවේ අපි contra කරනවා. Contra entries. Right? It is like this. Now read this. Sometimes same business may be both, maybe same business may be both receivable and payable. For the example, C Kure Hardware from C Kure buys hardware from you and you buy stationery from Kure. Kure and you. Right? And you. Api. You purchase stationery. Purchase stationery. Stationery. And Kure purchase hardware. So when Kure purchase hardware from you, this is AR to Kure. අපි ඔයාගේ පැත්තෙන් ගමු. So මෙයාගේ books වල කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ? Payable. This is payable. Right? Sorry, receivable, no? Kure purchase hardware from you, no? Receivable. AR, accounts receivable. This is payable, no? You purchase stationery, accounts payable. These two entry you can contra. That is what it says. Right? Fine. Now let's say Kure owes 130,000 and you have owes Kure 250,000. You may reach an agreement offset the balances receivable and payable. So this is known as contra, right? The double entry is as follows. It is like this. Now you have to pay 130, right? 130,000. You have obligation of 130,000. 130,000. And you have a receivable balance of 250,000. Make it තිබුණේ? Right. දැන් මේ එකම පුජ්‍යලයකින් මේක කපලා දාන්න. මේකට ඩබල් එන්ට්‍රි එකක් දාන්න. Debit accounts payable. දැන් credit එකේ තියෙන debit කරන්න. 130. Credit accounts receivable 130. Accounts payable නැති වෙලා යනවා. Accounts receivable එකෙන් අඩු කරලා දානවා. Same impact. This is a contra entry. මම හිතලා පැහැදිලි කියලා. මෙයාගේ තියෙන්නේ already මෙහෙම balance එකක්නේ. Accounts payable මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ. Credit balance එක 130. මේක debit කරා 130. දැන් මෙයාගේ AR එකක් තියෙනවා. කොහමද ඒක තියෙන්නේ 250. මේක debit කරා මේක credit කරා. Net balance how much? Net balance ඔයාගේ තියෙන්නේ 250 minus 130. 120. Balance brought forward. Balance brought forward 120. So this is how contra is happening. Right? Fine. Done. Right. Look at this question. Accounts payable control account, a trade payable control account contain following. They have given trade payable control account, right? Control accounts they have given. There are no other entries in accounts. What is the opening balance brought forward? අපෙන් අහන opening balance brought forward. මොනවද බලන්න තියෙන්නේ? දැන් මේ trade payable control account එක ගැන අහන්නේ. These are the possible questions. These are the possible questions that examiner can be tested. Trade payable control account. Bank 79,500. සල්ලි ඇවිල්ලා. සල්ලි pay කළා. Cash credit accounts payable debit. Bank 79,500. 79,500. You have paid. Credit purchases. Accounts payable credit. Purchase debit. ආයෙ මේක debit. Credit. Purchase. Double එකට දාන්න මේ. 83,200. 83,200. Discount received. Discount හම්බෙලා. අපි මේ accounts payable discount හම්බුනහම pay කරන්න තියෙන ගාන අඩු වෙනවනේ. When you receive discount, your obligation will be reduced. එහෙනම් debit වෙන්න ඕනේ. Accounts payable debit වෙන්න ඕනේ නනේ. Discount received. Discount 3,750. Discount received. Contra with trade receivable control account. Contra with trade receivable control account. Trade receivable ने अडू करला තියෙන. Trade receivable credit කරලා AP balance එක අඩු කරලා 4,000ක්. Contra with contra. Trade receivable එකත් එක contra කරලා. ඒ කියන්නේ receivable එකක් අඩු කරලා. receivable එක අඩු කරලා කියන්නේ receivable credit කරලා. එහෙනම් double entry මේ පැත්තට debit වෙන්න ඕනේ 4,000. අන්න එහෙම හිතන්නේ. Balance carried forward. Balance amount they have given. Balance carried forward. Balance carried forward. 12,920. ඔච්චර තියෙන්නේ ඉතින්. දැන් අපෙන් අහන opening balance එක. අයියෝ simple නේ. Right. 79,500 plus 3,750 plus 4,000 minus 12,920. 74,000 3,750 412,000. $79,500 plus 3,750 plus 4,000 plus 12,920. 100,170. 170 minus 83,200. 16,970 opening balance. This is the opening balance. So examiner can test this kind of questions. Examiner will give you 4 answers and identify this correct answer. Those are the questions can be. Right? Okay. Another question on trade payables. Look at this. The total of the balance in company's trade receivable ledger. This we have done. Yeah, this one. Company's ledger, the total of company's trade receivable ledger 80,000. Make a very important question. 80,000. Sorry, 800,000. More than the debit balance. More than the debit balance in receivable control account. Let me erase this first. මේවා තමයි examiner test කරන්න පුළුවන් possible ප්‍රශ්න. මේවට තමයි අපි ready වෙන්න ඕනේ. හැම වෙලෙම calculation අහන්නේ නැහැ. They are talking about two sources. What are the two sources? One is receivable ledger, trade receivable ledger, and accounts receivable control account. Control account. They say receivable control account, trade receivable ledger account 800,000 more than the debit balance there in control account. Make a value by 800,000. Make a value, make it a vada. Compared to this is more. Right? Which of the following errors could occur itself? Errors could by itself account for this discrepancy. A. Sales day book has been undercast by 800,000. Control account will be updated through what? Sales day book. AR accounts receivable control account will be updated through sales day book. මොකද sales day book කියන්නේ ණයට විකුණුම් සටහන් කරන පොත. මේ පොතෙන් තමයි sale nominal account එකයි AR accounts receivable control account එක update වෙන්නේ. Sales credit, account receivable debit. Sales day book undercast by 800. මේක අඩු වෙලාලු 800 වලින්. මේක අඩු වෙලා නම් මෙතෙන් එනකොටත් this side under value. මේ පැත්ත ලක්ෂ 8ක් අඩුයි කියන්නේ මේ පැත්ත ලක්ෂ 8ක් වැඩි වෙනවමයි නේ. අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම දෙපැත්තෙම ලක්ෂ තිබුණේ. මෙහෙම දාගන්නට අගල උදාහරණ. දැන් trade receivable AR account එකේ මේ ලක්ෂ 880,000 තියෙනවා. 800,000 මෙතනින් මෙතෙන් එනකොට ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ පැත්තට ඇවිල්ලා මේ පැත්තේ තියෙනවා. මොකද sales day book එකෙන් තමයි accounts receivable control account එක update වෙන්නේ. මෙතෙන්ට ideal එන්න ඕන එක ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. හැබැයි trade receivable ledger එකේ තියෙනවා ලක්ෂ 9යි දැන්. මෙතන ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ undercast වෙලා. ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ එන්න ඕන එකක්. ලක්ෂෙමයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙන්න හරිනේ උත්තරේ. මේ පැත්ත වැඩි වෙලා ලක්ෂ 8කින්. මෙන්න මේකට සමාන වෙනවා. A. It seems to be correct. බලන්න B එක. Impairment loss relating to irrecoverable debt, bad debt, totaling to 800,000 have been omitted from nominal ledger. Nominal ledger means this control account. අන්නේවදෙන් දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. මේක nominal ledger කියන්නේ. මේකෙන් ලක්ෂ 8ක් මිස් වෙලාලු. මිස් වෙලා මේ පැත්ත වැඩි වෙන්න බෑ. මේ පැත්තට මේකෙන් අඩු කරන්න ඕනයක් අඩු කරලා නැල්ලු. අඩු කරන්න ඕනයක් අඩු කරලා නැහැ කියන්නේ මේ පැත්ත වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් B opposite side of it. B wrong. C. The trade receivable ledger account with credit balance 800 has been treated as debit balance. Credit එක debit එක විතර දාලු. එහෙනම් ඒක double වෙන්න ඕනේ හැදෙනකොට නේ. Error correction. හොඳට බලන්න error correction chapter එක. මේක 160 වෙලා හැදෙන්න ඕනි. එහෙනම් impact 800 නෙමෙයි අනිත් පැත්ත. 160 වෙලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒකත් වැරදි. D. This is also wrong. A cash receipt book has been undercast. Cash receipt AR එකට debit entry එන්නේ මෙතනින්. Sales day book එකෙන් තමයි AR එකට debit entry එන්නේ. Credit entry එන්නේ cash book එකේ ඉන්නේ. Credit entry එන්නේ. ඒ credit entry එනකොට cash receipts undercast by 800. කෑෂ් රිසිප්ට් එක undercast වෙලාලු. ඒ කියන්නේ අඩු කළ යුතු එකක් අඩු කරලා නැහැ. එහෙනම් again මේ පැත්ත වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. කෑෂ් රිසිප්ට් උනා මේක අඩු වෙන්න ඕනේ. අඩු කරලා නැහැ. අඩු කරලා නැහැ කියන්නේ මේ පැත්ත වැඩියෙන් තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ප්‍රශ්නේ කියන්නේ මෙහෙ වැඩි කියලා. එහෙනම් opposite side. මේකත් වැරදි. Opposite side. එහෙනම් correct answer is what? A. අන්න ඔයගේ tricky ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්. Right? These are important question. Straight away you can't figure out answers for these kind of questions. You have to be mindful. Right? දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා control account එක කියලා nominal ledger එක. Nominal ledger කියන්නේ මොකද? control account එක තමයි. මේව මොනවද? sales day book එකේ දාන individual account entries. Those are memorandum accounts. right? That will not be considered for double entry, right? Fine. So these are the type of questions that your examiner can be tested. So what we have done so far, control account එක කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? control account එකකින් purpose එක මොකද්ද? control account එක transaction එන්නේ කොහෙන්ද? අපි data ගත්තොත් එහෙම debit එක එන්නේ sales day book එකකින්. sales credit data control account debit. ඒකට credit එක එන්නේ cash book එකකින්. අපි ඒකත් ඉගෙන ගත්තනේ. cash book debit data control account credit. तो ओके माध्यमिक पैත්තම purchase. purchase in accounts payable. accounts payable එකට credit entry එන්නේ purchase day book එකකින්. purchase day book එකකින් මොකක්ද හදන්නේ? accounts payable control account credit purchase account debit. cash book එකෙන් තමයි අනිත් පැත්තට ඒකට entry එන්නේ debit entry. cash pay කරනකොට credit accounts payable day book accounts payable control account debit. එහෙම තමයි ඒ entries ටික pass වෙන්නේ. basically control account එකට එන්නේ entries කොහෙන්ද? sales day book and the cash book. accounts receivable control account එකට. accounts payable control account එකට purchase day book and cash account cash book. දැන් ඕක තමයි examiner ඇහුවොත් අහන්නේ. basically there are two control accounts. accounts payable control accounts and accounts receivable control accounts. කොහෙන්ද entries එන්නේ? sales day book එකෙමුයි cash book එකෙමුයි purchase day book එකෙමුයි. Right, fine. So there's a nice question here. This is there in your study pack. I recommend you to go through this question at home, right? So answer is there in the study pack. Look at this question. This is a nice question. You have to prepare two accounts: trade receivable accounts control account, trade payable control account. So we have prepared two accounts, right? Both two accounts we have prepared, right? So this consider as homework, right? Invest some quality time to watch this video and understand the holistic view. How do we deal with discount? How do we treat for cash discount as well as for trade discount? කොහොමද අපි account කරන්නේ? ඒ ඔක්කොම ඉගෙනගෙන try to attend this comprehensive question they have in your study pack. So then control account will not be a big deal. ඇහුවොත් exam ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ trade receivable control account or trade payable control account. මොනවද record කරන්න කියන එක මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ කරනවා වාට හොඳටම තේරෙනවා. Right? Fine. So that's the end of this session. We will meet with another new topic during next webinar session. Thank you.